Diego Garcia is a small island in the Indian Ocean. Despite its modest size, it plays a significant role in global geopolitics. It is part of a group of islands called the Chagos Archipelago, a remote cluster of atolls and islands that are scattered across the central Indian Ocean. Despite its size, Diego Garcia holds immense strategic importance. The island serves as a pivotal military base for various operations. Its location makes it a crucial point for military operations and global power projection. The island's airstrip and port facilities are vital for rapid deployment and logistical support. The island sits amidst vital shipping lanes connecting Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. These shipping lanes are essential for global trade, making Diego Garcia a key point for monitoring and securing maritime traffic. This strategic positioning has made Diego Garcia a coveted territory throughout history. Its location has been recognized for centuries as a valuable asset for controlling the Indian Ocean. It has attracted the attention of colonial powers and, eventually, superpowers. The British and later the Americans saw the potential of Diego Garcia as a military stronghold. This essay delves into the history of Diego Garcia. We will trace its transformation from a tranquil island to a bustling military hub. We will explore the island's journey from a peaceful backwater to a controversial military base. The development of military infrastructure has dramatically altered the landscape and the lives of those who once called it home. We will examine the human cost of this transformation and the ongoing debates surrounding its future. The displacement of the island's original inhabitants and the international legal battles highlight the complex and often contentious nature of Diego Garcia's strategic importance. As we delve deeper, we will also look at the current geopolitical implications and the future prospects of this island. The story of Diego Garcia is not just about military strategy, but also about human rights, international law, and the balance of power in the Indian Ocean. Join us as we uncover the layers of history, strategy, and human experience that make Diego Garcia a unique and significant island in the Indian Ocean. Diego Garcia was uninhabited for centuries. The first people to settle there were likely sailors and fishermen from nearby islands. In the 18th century, French colonists from Mauritius arrived on Diego Garcia. They established coconut plantations and brought enslaved Africans to work the land. Life on the island was harsh, but a small community thrived. They developed their own distinct Creole culture, blending French, African, and Asian influences. This way of life, however, would be irrevocably altered by the shifting tides of global power. In the 19th century, the British Empire took control of Diego Garcia and the Chagos Archipelago. These islands, located in the heart of the Indian Ocean, were seen as valuable assets due to their strategic location. The British were expanding their empire, and securing these islands was a crucial part of their plan to dominate the seas. They incorporated these islands into a new entity, the British Indian Ocean Territory, or BIOT. This administrative move was not just a matter of drawing new lines on a map. It was a calculated decision to enhance British naval power and influence in the region. This move was driven by strategic interests. The British Empire was keen on maintaining its dominance over crucial maritime routes, and the BIOT provided an ideal location for a naval base that could oversee and protect these routes. The British recognized the potential of Diego Garcia as a naval base, guarding important sea routes. Its deep natural harbour and isolated location made it perfect for military purposes, allowing the British to project power across the Indian Ocean. The creation of the BIOT marked a turning point in the history of Diego Garcia. It was no longer just a remote island, it became a pivotal point in the British Empire's strategic framework. It set the stage for the island's transformation into a militarized zone. Over the years, extensive military infrastructure was developed, including airstrips, docks and barracks, turning Diego Garcia into a formidable military outpost. This decision would have profound and lasting consequences for the Chagosian people. The establishment of the BIOT led to the forced displacement of the Chagosian community, who had lived on these islands for generations. Their removal was a tragic chapter in the history of the British Empire. leaving a legacy of displacement and loss that continues to affect the Chagosian people to this day. In the 1960s, the United States sought a strategic military base in the Indian Ocean to enhance their global military presence and secure a foothold in the region. This was during the height of the Cold War, a period marked by intense geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. They struck a deal with the British government to lease Diego Garcia, a remote island in the Chagos archipelago. This agreement was part of a larger geopolitical strategy, and it involved significant negotiations and international agreements. This agreement came at a heavy price for the Chagosian people who had lived on these islands for generations. The Chagosians had a rich culture and a close-knit community, thriving in their island paradise. Between 1967 and 1973, the entire population of the Chagos archipelago was forcibly removed from their homeland. The British government, under pressure from the United States, orchestrated this mass eviction, disregarding the Chagosians' rights and their deep connection to the land. The Chagosians were forced onto ships and sent to Mauritius and the Seychelles, places they had never been to and where they faced numerous hardships. The journey was arduous, and the conditions upon arrival were far from welcoming. They were denied the right to return to their homes, a right that has been upheld by various international courts but continuously ignored by the British and American governments. The Chagosians have fought tirelessly for their right to return, staging protests and seeking legal redress. This forced exile was a traumatic experience for the Chagosian people. Families were torn apart, and many struggled to adapt to their new environments. The psychological and emotional toll was immense, leaving lasting scars on the community. It shattered their culture and left deep scars that continue to haunt them today. Despite these challenges, the Chagosian people have made significant efforts to preserve their cultural heritage and keep their community united in exile. Their resilience and determination are a testament to their enduring spirit. Section 5, Diego Garcia transformed, the rise of a military behemoth. With the Chagosians removed, the United States began transforming Diego Garcia. They constructed a massive airbase capable of handling the largest military aircraft. The island became a hub for American military operations in the Indian Ocean and beyond. The transformation of Diego Garcia was swift and dramatic. From a tranquil island inhabited by a small community, it became a fortress bristling with advanced weaponry and teeming with military personnel. Section 6, a launch pad for global power projection. The United States military base on Diego Garcia has played a significant role in numerous global conflicts. It served as a launching pad for bombing campaigns during the Cold War, the Gulf War, the invasion of Afghanistan, and the Iraq War. The base's strategic location allows the United States to project power across a vast swathe of the globe. This has made Diego Garcia a vital asset for United States foreign policy, but it has also fueled controversy and raised questions about its long-term purpose. Section 7, Legal Battles and the Chagosians' Fight for Return. The forced removal of the Chagosian people has been condemned by international organizations. The United Nations has recognized their right to return to their homeland. The Chagosians have waged a tireless legal battle for their right to return home. Despite some legal victories, the Chagosian struggle continues. The British government has resisted their return, citing security concerns and the cost of resettlement. Section 8, Environmental Concerns on a Contested Island. The militarization of Diego Garcia has also raised environmental concerns. The construction of the base and ongoing military activities have impacted the island's fragile ecosystem. There are concerns about pollution, habitat destruction, and the long-term health of the surrounding marine environment. These environmental issues add another layer of complexity to the debate surrounding Diego Garcia's future. Finding a balance between strategic interests and environmental protection remains a challenge. Section 9, Diego Garcia today, a base shrouded in secrecy. Today, Diego Garcia remains shrouded in secrecy. The US military base continues to operate, although its exact activities are often kept classified. The island is off-limits to outsiders except for authorized personnel. The lack of transparency surrounding Diego Garcia has fueled speculation and conspiracy theories. It has also made it difficult to hold those responsible for the plight of the Chagosian people accountable. Section 10. The uncertain future of Diego Garcia. The future of Diego Garcia remains uncertain. The lease agreement between the United States and the United Kingdom is set to expire in 2036. The Chagosian people continue to fight for their right to return to their homeland. The fate of Diego Garcia hangs in the balance. Whether it remains a symbol of military might or becomes a place of reconciliation and justice for the Chagosian people is a question that will continue to be debated for years to come.